out with her. Well, guess what? When he did text, he said, let's forget about it. And he ended it with, well, I didn't want to believe what you said about Jefree. How are we supposed to talk about it? Okay, so I just saw Ryland. The fact that he said I can't read someone's mind is like, I don't even know who this person is. And he's actually the fakest person. And this just proves it. It just proves it. And I knew it. When they had Jefree up there, like, praising him, all this great stuff. Like, I knew it was fake. I knew it was for views. These people sold their soul to the devil. It is scary. It's scary. You know what? I'm not upset with you guys. You kept saying, I don't know why she's upset with this or mad. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I'm, like, so disappointed. 12 years of friendship with Shane. And however many years, 2 or 3 years friendship with you. And you just, like, being there, sitting on my couch, like, all this time. And guess what? Another thing about your friend Jefree, his so-called being there for you guys during all this trauma. Well, here, I think you know who this is from. A breakdown of when Shane was bawling his eyes out, Jefree rolling his eyes like, oh, it's Shane again. Maybe it's hard for her to express her feelings about Jefree. F you, Ryland. F you. You are a POS. You are a POS because you know exactly how I felt this entire year. The fact that he said and this is why I blocked both him and Shane. They are so manipulating, gaslighting. They're so cruel. It's insane. And Ryland is so fake. And let me tell you why. Because he's like, yeah, Jeffree's always been kind of like not that great to me. He kind of ignores me and he's not nice to Morgan and this, that, and the other. Shane also saying to me last year during all this trauma is like, oh, maybe Jeffree's like this villain. Like, I'm scared. What do we do? Like, how do we distance ourselves from him? There was no drama. I said I was never going to expose Jefree because you guys were still like in business with him and stuff like that. There was no drama. It's straight up the bullying, being mean, being nasty, like, but like traumatized. It's more than just me having an issue with somebody. This was like a personal, private matter that I confided in you guys in. And then you're turning this around and be like, I wish she would have talked. Oh, maybe she doesn't know how to express herself when it comes to Jefree. There is no mending this friendship or relationship. You guys made a deal with the devil and I want nothing to do with that evil energy. It's nasty and it's disgusting and I repute it. And this is why I blocked. You want some internet drama, Ryland? You want drama because that was traumatizing. That is shit that I'm still dealing with. This is why I bring it up. It's why it keeps going through my head. It's why I keep talking about it with you guys all the time about the Jefree situation. Let's talk about internet drama. Okay, yeah, you don't, oh, Trisha talked to me about the podcast and I'm wanting to take it down. Like, I've told it to Shane 3 times and he glazed over it. The fact that you guys are praising this evil, this monster, and I should have known this was evil. Here's some internet drama for you. When Shane asked me to take down videos that we did with Trevor Moran of him like singing in Shane's apartment or whatever during his whole scandal, I took it down. Why? Because, I don't know, Shane is like a friend and if he says something's uncomfortable, I do take it down. Anything. He's asked me to take down so many videos. You know how many videos I asked Shane to take down of me? 0. I don't know what Jefree has over you and Shane. I don't know what dark shit you guys do, what devil magic you guys are doing, but it's dark and I want no part of it. And your podcast just showed how cold and evil you have become, how there's no soul behind those eyes. I hope it was worth it. I really did want to cleanse. And then when I saw, because I really did not think he was going to like address it because it's just heavy. And usually when stuff's heavy and serious, they ignore it and they hide, which is just like, just by all the coldness in the tone, he's just like, all right, well, moving on to this podcast. It's like, I'm so disappointed that was his response to all this. Like, it's crazy. How people can change so quickly is insane. There's some darkness around this. I don't know what it is. I don't know if like there's secrets, they have stuff on each other. I don't know if it's just strictly for money, to keep collecting money from the palette and from the merch and from, you know, Jefree being on the podcast. And I don't know what it is. It started out as an issue with apparently an issue Jay had with me. And then Jefree also like obviously being a part of that. And now it's gone to this. It's cowardly and it's sick and it's blows my mind. I just want to say that I am so thankful for all the people who are speaking the truth. Tab, I'm so sorry for saying that I was scared of Jefree and I didn't want to back up or corroborate your story. Like, you're not on Jeffree's payroll. I should have backed you up because that shit happened on that trip and I didn't. Oscar, you were so close with Jefree last year and like all that shit you said, only stuff that I texted Jefree, like saying that like I got a Rolls Royce, am I you yet? Like in admiration of Jefree, like only you and like only Jefree would know that. So I know this is true. All the shit he said about Shane and stuff. Like I thank you for speaking your truth. My sister can corroborate that we sat around a table after my Vegas trip with Jefree and I was like traumatized. And my sister was like, yeah, she came home bawling. We were all sitting there. Moses can corroborate like that I told him this. I spoke this. So if you're confused, Ryland, as to why, and you claiming I didn't come to you, I did, and you know this. And the fact that you are lying about this stuff is like, this is what I'm saying is the darkness. I'm so confused. And what sucks is this was all started by that Hair by Jay video that like triggered me so hardcore. And what sucks the most is that Ryland and Shane know this is exactly the words that were coming out of Jeffree's own mouth on that trip. They know this. But now everyone, including Jefree, is shifting the blame solely to Jay because he was dumb enough to come out with it publicly. Jefree himself said, I've already apologized to Trish for it, confirming that this stuff is true. Like, I know people dislike me and stuff like that, and my own friend Shane of 12 years doesn't even believe me, but I just feel like if more people speak the truth that aren't on Jeffree's payroll, like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's not internet drama. This is something that's traumatizing. Shane was being canceled for all his inappropriate jokes, and he asked me to delete an innocent video of us with Trevor Moran when he was 15 years old, and I didn't think twice about it, but now I'm starting to think twice about it. Is that also just internet drama? And what's like, I just don't know what else to do with this. Like, I'm so just beside myself. I'm just so beside myself. I'm really, really, really trying to let this go. I'm really trying to let this go and deal with like my own trauma in my head from like all of this shit, even from those moments. Like, because I literally didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to warrant them making fun of my skin, making fun of saying that I'm on drugs to people, like making fun of the fact that I admired Jefree and wanted to be like him and stuff like that. Like, I did nothing to warrant this. I know I can be a shitty person at times online. Like, I know people don't like me for various reasons, but I did absolutely nothing in this private relationship except to be his friend. I didn't take any money, no jobs, nothing from Shane or Jefree, but they're both using each other for money. It's disgusting. Money is the root of all evil. I don't know how I was like so blind to all this. I don't know how I was so blind and so stupid, and I hope more people wake up. I hope more people will speak the truth. And Ryland just straight up lying. It makes me physically sick. Like, I don't know, how do you can't even go against that. Like I just don't. So like I just don't know what to do anymore than like show screenshots. I guess Shane and Jefree, they do everything through voice memos. So like the voice things will delete. I guess you can save them. I don't know how. I never really did, but they've always been paranoid about people screenshotting shit and stuff like that. But I can show my screenshots and you'll just see it looks like I'm talking to myself because like the voice memos disappear or whatever. But I told them in group chats. I told Shane privately, like, me and Jefree have conversations specifically detailing all the stuff that happened on that trip and him like apologizing and stuff like that. Like, there's text messages. I don't know why Ryland is confused, why he's saying Trisha didn't come to us personally. I had no idea. Maybe she didn't express herself well enough about Jefree. I have the text. I hate showing like screenshots like that. I think that's like such an invasion of privacy, but I don't know what else to do. Like, cause it's just, I'm dealing with just liars, like just straight up lying about people that I really thought would have my back just a little bit more. Stay friends with the devil, but just have my back maybe just a little bit more. Give me a little bit of credit. Also notice on the podcast, it's Ryland trying to defend him and Shane's image and honor, skipping over Jefree completely, trying to be like, we don't support the negative things that were said about Trisha. Who would support that? It was constantly, she didn't come to us personally. I don't think she knew how to express herself. We could have talked this out. Like, all they care about is like their image. That's all they care about in this situation. Like, they don't care about anything else. Just like when I texted Shane, and I can show it, I texted him so many times about like, how could you be praising Jefree in this podcast when you knew all the shit he's done to me? Like, that was my issue. Skipped over it. It was constantly like, I'm going to therapy, please. You're the only person in my life. Fast forward to Ryland being like, we didn't know about any of this stuff. She never came to us personally. She could have talked to us about it. I'm like having a panic attack over here. And you know, the biggest lie out of Ryland's mouth is when he's like, I don't support anything negative said about Trish. When you know damn well, those are the words. Everything Jay said were the exact same thing that I told you and Shane about not once, not twice, multiple times after I came back from Vegas. I can show it in text messages. I said it in real life. My sister was there to hear it. And that is how I know this person is literally so far gone for money, for whatever, for views. I don't know what it is. And that sucks. And you know, all of this has just opened my eyes, like the kind of people they are and how they're like, how usually I get anxiety after like releasing exposed video. I actually feel so calm and I feel like more like relieved. Like there's a weight lifted off my chest because they've always been actually shitty friends. Like when you like really think about it, they've been shitty friends. They didn't come to one of my shows. I did a pre-show. I did 2 tours.